Hi everyone, it's Sandra from Midwest Charm. Today I'm working on a few small projects and finishing up the tray and the sleigh. So I thought I would go ahead and give you guys a DIY video. If you remember this recipe box, it needed a second coat, so we're going to do that today too. I already did off camera. I had to glue some of these berries back in. I'm going to put this on our welcome window that we have at the top of our steps. And it was cheap at a thrift store, but all the berries kept falling. So I hot glued that just a few minutes ago. And then I made stencils for our other projects. So I'll show those as we go along. I'm going to start with painting this today. And my kids are home today and they are not the quietest. So we just got to kind of work around them a bit. We have no real big plans. We are gonna do our family name draw for Christmas tonight, a little bit earlier than normal, but that's only because we typically wait till we're closer to Thanksgiving. But since Thanksgiving is at the very, very end of the month, the kids wanted some extra time to get their shopping done, and they won't have as much time if we wait. So we decided to go ahead and get that drawn tonight, and I'm making a big dinner, and tomorrow is our baking day, so we have plans tomorrow. So today I'm painting. I have been wanting to paint for a few days now. It's kind of my therapy. I often say it relaxes me. It's a good thing and I need it, and I haven't been able to paint in a while. As most of you know, and I've kind of mentioned, we have a son with special needs, and he's going through kind of a lot of health stuff right now, and we've had a lot of appointments and a lot of extra time going into even just his day-to-day stuff. So I really, really want to get that buffet done, but I need to get some creativity out there or I just end up stressed, and that's not good. Nobody wants mom stressed. So I decided today is let's get some small projects finished that we had in mind, and then we'll go from there. So, who knows? Maybe I'll actually have time, though. I do think we got to go to the Verizon store for our phones, which would be once Todd's off. So, I got to get going. I've got extra kids home today. Rach actually has a Saturday where she's not working, which is incredibly unusual. And that just went on real quick, as you can see, super fast. We're gonna go ahead and set that down, let that dry, move that out of the way. I painted that in driftwood, and that is also the color that we're gonna do these little, I don't even know what you call these, but that's what we're gonna do these in, is that light gray. So there's not too much contrast on this. And when I distress back the gray from underneath, if you remember it, will peek through and it'll be the perfect match. And I'm really excited about that. So I use, again, little cosmetic sponges, and I just tap them usually into the tops. I offload. And what I mean by that is I have an extra piece of paper and I'll dab that on there so you don't have too much paint on your sponge. You just want a really almost dry sponge so that you're not getting the paint underneath the stencil. And then I'll pick up the extra paint instead of re-dipping it. I just wanted something on this that wasn't seasonal, that could be used year-round, that would go with pretty much any decor, and a nice pale gray seems to do that. I didn't want to just leave this one plain. It just needed something. It was kind of, I don't know, I just didn't like the idea of leaving it plain. So I've done this little design before, and I don't remember on what. I would have to go back through my photos and look, but I've used this exact one before on something else. And I don't for the life of me remember. It's something that sold because I don't have it here anymore. All right. And I think on this one, I'm just gonna do one coat, keep it nice and light. Again, I'm gonna be distressing this Maybe we do need to do 2. I can't tell if it's got full coverage or not. So I do think if it's not, it's gonna be okay. All right. These usually go super fast. I have the best smelling candle going. They have what's called a junk jaunt in our town and in White Bear Lake this weekend. And all the little like what I do, I take something and make it new. All those type of stores are having where you go you teach one and you get a stamp. And I hit the 2 in town because I have a friend that works at one. And the other one I've never even been in. And I picked up a candle from there and I'm really excited about it. It smells heavenly. And usually when you light candles and you light them the second time, they're never as strong and as good smelling. So that's what we're testing out. I bought a little tester one. It's supposed to be 20 to 30 hour candle. And we're gonna test that out. And if it works, I'll go buy a big one. All right, so I'm gonna just get this pulled up right away so we can see if it did what I wanted it to do. I'll have to go through with a picker or a razor and pull these off. So who out there got Disney Plus this week? We got it. We have the 4-year-old, almost 4-year-old. And for her, Disney is, you know, a must in our house. And when they started pulling it all off of Netflix, she would be so mad that her movies weren't on there anymore. And it's kind of like we've been counting down to the release of it. And oh my word, she is in heaven. She has watched, of course, all her favorites, Frozen and Moana and all of her favorites. She's already watched a bunch, but she's getting into some of the classics and the ones that she hasn't seen as often, which has been absolutely a blast. We've had a great time with that. And this morning, she watched Aladdin for the first time. When it was on Netflix, that was one she never really wanted to watch. I don't know why. Maybe because she's 3. She definitely watched that today, and she took her tea set, and it suddenly became a genie lamp. And she was really afraid she drank Genie because he wasn't inside of it. I need to go get my little razor to pull the rest of that off. We'll get that pulled off so you guys can see what that looks like. But my razor is downstairs right now, and I don't want to. Maybe I'll have to just pause and go do it. But it's going to be super cute. Promise, promise. Okay, so let me cap that paint and scooch it. I'm done with that for today. Oh, I didn't do much for thrifting this week. We hit a random estate sale, and I got just some random stuff. Most of it's house stuff. But I found this. It's for the old hard discs for a computer, but it has the nice roll top. It's teak wood. It's really nice. And I'm going to paint this. And I know people will say it's teak wood, don't paint it. But I'm going to, because this, in my living room, this wouldn't go. So I want to make it something more neutral and be able to put it in anybody's living room. And we were discussing what on earth you could use that for. And Rachel said it would be really cool to put your remotes in it. To have a spot to hide away your remotes so they're not sitting out when company comes. Or in our case, they're not sitting out overnight where Josiah can get into them and then be up watching TV all night. Because that's no fun. So the next piece is one I did a while back. And I had actually cut this stencil. And you can tell when I show this to you, it's a little bumpy and worn just because I didn't get to it right away. But it definitely needed something to make it more visually attractive. So we're gonna go ahead and do black, and I'm just gonna do one coat because this is already distressed and beautiful. We'll go ahead and do one coat of the black on here. And we're just gonna do a real quick sponge over on these. And again, this is something I had started a while back. It was a thrift store find. I've had good luck selling my Lazy Susans. It's a Lazy Susan. I have one, I think Kate was gonna give it for a gift for some friends that got married. I don't know if she ended up doing that or not, but we just did vinyl on that one and not paint, which works too, absolutely. But I'm gonna do this one in paint and not the actual vinyl part. And I'm kind of close to the edge, and I know it's hard to see when it's down. I don't even know, can you see it now? Yeah. I'm going real slow around these edges so I don't overlap and have to repaint. I don't want to repaint this. And this is in, what color gray? Hurricane Gray. This is Hurricane Gray as the base on this. And this is just a black called Caviar. You can hear the wheel bearings as I shake it as I'm pouncing my little sponge around. I don't think I'm going to do a second coat of this. I just want to get, I want it to look worn and not perfect, and so if there's variations of the black in there, I'm okay with that. So some of it'll be darker than the others, and it's just gonna be. I went out today. We're having a family craft day, and we are trying to decide what everyone wants to do and what's been the feedback from everyone's friends. And we're definitely doing these really cute ornaments, which we will still do a DIY because I want to get that prepared for, we're going to set up an event on Facebook so they can kind of give me a heads up on what they want to work on so we can make sure we have enough of it. I've been slowly but surely thrifting. I think I moved them. I thought they were here. They must be, oh, they're right over here. Let me grab it. Thrifting clear glass ornaments. And they're quite a bit cheaper this way. I paid $1 for them, $1. Some of them were $1.50. My bigger ones that I think were $1.50 or $1.99. But got a bunch of those going because I know everybody's talking about doing them. And then we'll have to show you all the signs if you haven't seen them already. If you don't follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you probably haven't seen them. But Dollar Tree has these cute little bamboo cutting boards, little rectangular cutting boards. And I use those and do signs with them all the time. In fact, I'll post a picture up here, but they just look like this, and they're $1, and they're perfect to use as is and put either vinyl on it or stencil on it, or to paint it a solid color and do the same, either a stencil or vinyl on top of that. They're the perfect size. You can put them on a plate holder. They look adorable. I've got several throughout my house. Love them. So we're gonna do those. Dollar Tree only had 3 in stock, and they didn't have them on the website because I went to go order them and I couldn't find them on the website. So here is our Lazy Susan. And that just adds just a bit of visual interest to it. And I think it just makes a huge difference in the look. And, you know, with something on here. Ooh, I opened the door and let all the bulbs out. Super cute. Now I've got to pick all those up, and I've got glitter everywhere. So, all right, let me move this aside. I'll set that right over here. Move these bulbs. I'm sorry. Nothing like real life happening, right? And of course, I forget you've got a, I didn't have it latched. Has a latch on it. I didn't latch it. There's a few more down here. Excuse me. That should be most of them. All right. This was one of our DIY videos. I did a black one with the red and silver, and we are doing a tree in blue and silver and white this year. And this is actually going to go at the base of the tree, but I did this one up off a camera, and there's 2 different size bulbs in there. And I absolutely adore how that turned out. So, okay, so next up we have, if you remember, our sleigh. And I wasn't sure what I was gonna do, and I went back and forth and back and forth. And I found this stencil, and I'm gonna do the little trees in green and then the little branches in white. So we're gonna get those two colors. I'm gonna do the green first since those are in the middle, and then I can turn these around and work it. This didn't get shaken up very well. This paint doesn't really need to be shaken. It doesn't really separate that, I've noticed, but I like using the caps when I go to dip my little sponges in. And again, these are just cheap, maybe even Dollar Tree. I don't even remember where I got these, but really cheap. And I've had them for the longest time. They last forever. And I am just dabbing carefully so I don't get it into where the white is gonna go. And I hate not being able to show you, but to be careful right here, I kind of got to move it a bit. This may end up needing 2 coats just because of the dark background color. And let's do this other side quick. And almost ready. All right, got my green. I'm gonna use that for the next thing. And we're almost done already. Holy moly, we moved quick. Shake this up a bit. And just a really pure white on this. This one is this cotton or fluff? This one's cotton. This is gonna be so cute. And I've already decided, I've got this little sofa table behind me that we've always had off of our dining room and just used it for seasonal decor. And I'm gonna put this, I've got this long, cute basket underneath there that I usually keep, I'll put decor in it and just kind of swap it out. And it had some glass pumpkins and a wire pumpkin and some different pumpkins in there for Halloween and fall. And right now the basket's down there empty because I have not decided what to do with it. And I think what I'm gonna do is use this, and then I have several homemade gnomes around the house, little Santa gnomes, which I find incredibly adorable. And I have several of those floating around, and I'm just going through and doing a second coat on these. It's still damp, but it'll still darken it up enough that it'll make a difference. Anyway, so I've got several gnomes, and I'm gonna put one of those guys inside of the sleigh, and then just I've got a sign in a minute that you'll see. That sign will go down there with, I think I'll put it on a plate holder, and then maybe some ornaments or something down there with it. I have some vintage Santa that I had thought about putting down there too, but I decided to go with the gnomes. So there we go. And again, just enough visual interest that it's not just this boring plain red. I made you a tree on the back and front. Haven't decided yet. Right now I really do like how that looks. So I think our last project for today, and what I'll do on this tray, since I didn't get these off, and my tool for that is downstairs, I'll get it done and then just include a picture either here or at the beginning. The last item I have today, I am really excited about this. I had shown in one of my thrift videos, if you watch them, this charger. I believe this is just a plate charger. That's what it says on the back too. I think this is from Target a couple years ago. It says 2016 on the back. I printed off, and I'm not sure if you can see that. It says Gnome for the holidays. Gnomes are really big in the decor up here this year. I've seen them absolutely everywhere. They are cute as can be, and I think they're adorable too. And I've picked up a couple. When I did the junk jaunt yesterday, I grabbed some little buffalo check, red and black buffalo check ones for my buffalo check tree, which are already on there. And then I bought a little gray one, who is super cute as well. Just getting my paint colors ready. Do I have a red sponge yet? I do not. So I'll use this one. I'm gonna do multiple colors on this. This is kind of like, looks like a ugly sweater would be, like a knitted sweater or something. And I kind of want to do it in the rose. Like the pine trees will be green, the Christmas trees, and there's little spots on here that I definitely want white. I'll probably do the lettering and the gnomes themselves in red. And there's a lot of fine detail in this, so if I stop talking, it's because I'm concentrating. Because you know I can't do two things at once, which is so not true because I do it on a daily, but... Ooh. And I just smudged. Okay. One tree done. I think there's a mushroom in between these little gnomes. I'll give you guys a close-up here in a second. You'll have to tell me what you think it is. And I have no idea what color I'll do that in, but I'm also going to do a complete bottom and top in green. So it's not just one spot. I'm really excited about this. It's going to be cute. I'm also going to put a bit of twine on the back so it can be hung with twine up here. And then maybe even include a little bow. I haven't gotten that far yet in my head. I know I knew what I wanted on this as soon as I saw this one. And knew this had to be on here. And then it was just a matter of colors and how to finish it once I have it done. And again, I'll get it finished completely off screen and then post a picture, whichever side has more room. We'll get it posted up there. So I've got one other spot here I'm going to do in green. And then we'll switch colors. And I think we'll do, I should have done the white first, but I didn't. So, and I actually do believe that is a mushroom, and I do believe I'm just going to do it in green while I have the green going. And this is on a wood, and it's really thin, maybe balsam wood. It's really thin. It doesn't feel like it has much of a finish at all. So this wood will soak up the paint pretty well. I shouldn't have any issues with any sort of bleed through underneath the stencils or anything like that. I'm just getting my white ready. We've got all these little plus signs which look like snowflakes. So we're going to get all those done now. A lot more detailed than what you would think looking at it. And I should know that because I'm the one that did the stencil, so I knew what it was going to involve. Let me get a little bit more white. Cute. I can't wait to peel this one off and show you all. I think those guys need to be red. And I think we will do, let's do, I'm indecisive because I'm trying to decide what's going to stand out the best and make these gnomes look the best. And I would love to be able to do part white and part red, but it's not going to happen. There's just so much detail in them. I'm just not going to be able to do that. Okay. And there's a little girl gnome and a little boy gnome. 2 trees. The strange addition of a mushroom, which I guess they're gnomes, I understand that. But maybe not so much on a holiday sign. I'm trying to go along the edge here and not mix it in with my white. Perfect. All right, and then we'll do the lettering. I was debating on doing the word gnome in white to get more white on there, but I think I'm just gonna go with the red so that it stands out more. I did not measure and like center this precisely. I kind of just did it by sight, and I'm a little concerned about that as well. That once I peel this off, I'm gonna be like, oh my word, it's off center. My husband goes to work pretty early in the morning, and on the weekends, I don't always have to be up early. I get up with him. I get him out the door and have coffee with him in the morning. And this morning I stayed awake. We were up at 3:45. This morning I did not go back to bed. I stayed up and got all these stencils done. And oh, I have another thing to show you too. I had bought, I think I showed it in the beginning of one of my DIY videos. I had forgotten about them and missed them when I did a thrift haul. And it was a breakfast in bed type tray. And I had gotten it for $3, $2.99, $3.99. I don't remember. It was really cheap though. Brand new, still has the tags on it. It's from Target. And I was debating on what to do, and I didn't want to paint it. It's not all of it is real wood. And I didn't want to paint it because sometimes when you have a mixture of real wood and not real wood, the color can come off differently. And we have some massive wind outside. The colors can just look different on the 2 different woods, on the wood and the not wood. And I didn't want to have to mess with that. So let me show you that really quick before I show you our sign. Move a chair out of the way. I grab that. Sorry for being off camera. So this is the tray. Let me show it to you like this. Here's the tray. And it says Merry and Bright. I don't know if you can see that with Merry and Bright. This is a Target brand. This is Threshold. It doesn't have the original price still on it, but I thought this would be so super cute. You can use it, you know, as a centerpiece on your table and put stuff up and below, and I thought it was cute. And this is actually Target brand vinyl right now. I usually use the cheaper vinyl for stencils. The orange you see in my stencils today was actually their Halloween colors clearanced out. I bought them all on clearance, and then I just use them for stencils, and I don't feel so terrible when it's a one-use thing and I'm done. Well, they have adorable stuff for the holidays, and that plaid print is just too cute to pass up. And I bought it not sure what I was going to use it for, but knowing I had to do at least something with it, at least give it a shot. It was super cute. And I didn't know what I was going to do with the tray. Like I said, I didn't want to paint it and have them come out 2 different colors. And I am so glad I did not go with the white for the lettering, because the white definitely blended in more with the wood tone on this. I did nothing to this charger. I just did the stenciling. I didn't restain it. I didn't seal it. I didn't do anything. It's just straight up the original look to it. I'm just peeling off a bunch of this vinyl here. Normally I'd wait till it's a little bit more dry. But like I said, the wood did really soak up the paint. So it's coming off really easy. I'm not having much issue like on my other one. I'm definitely not having any issues getting it pulled up with my fingers, so. I can't wait to show you guys this. I'll have to pull out the insides of the gnomes later. And again, I'll post pictures up above of our finished tray, even if I don't have the string on this to hang it or a bow or anything added to it yet. But it's, oh my gosh, you guys, this is so cute. I seriously may need to just keep this for my one little shelf and not even do a thing with it. Okay, see if this will let me pull it up without scratching anything. It kind of is. I've got some green paint on me and I don't want to mix it with the red here. Got one up, two, got a little green. And I am ashamed to admit, this is my painting hoodie I have on. I actually went out into public wearing it today, and it's got paint all over the sleeves. And normally I'll change before I go out, but I needed to go get a few things and drop an item off at the post office that I sold. And I had to get that done, or wanted to get that done right away this morning so that I could come home and work before all of our afternoon errands. Todd's usually off semi-early on Saturdays, so if there's errands we need to do that we didn't get done during the week on his 2 days off, we'll try to get them done today. Like I said, I've got to go to the Verizon store today and a few other things. I already have dinner purchased and ready to go. We haven't had our full crew home the past couple nights, and because of that, I still have our pork chops here to make. And I boo-booed on this and somehow pulled up a little ear hole on the one gnome. So I just went ahead and filled in the other one after I pulled up the vinyl. I'll point it out when I share it with you. The girl didn't have them because she has long hair covering where the ears would have been. Okay, almost ready to share this. It is adorable. I'm gonna have orange vinyl stuck to my fingernails and my clothes for a week. All right, just the mushroom left to peel up. And maybe it'll just look like a tree, who knows? Almost done, you guys. All right. This is cute. This is gonna need a bow. It's gonna need a bow. So here we go. Isn't that cute? So the part I fixed was there was a little square on each side of his ears. I don't know if you can see where it's still a little wet there or not, but I went ahead and fixed it. Isn't that cute? It looks like a sweater. I absolutely adore it. It is very, very cute. So that's what we had in the books for today. I think I showed you everything we were working on, and you know, I always appreciate if you like and subscribe and share with your friends. If you have anything you want to see me work on or do, I'll go ahead and drop that too, and I can work on that for one of our next DIYs. I do plan on doing those ornaments this week, if not tomorrow morning, then maybe Monday morning once all my kids are off to school. I think Josiah only has one appointment this week, one specialist appointment. So, and that's not till later in the week. But I'll get that all done this week and get that up and shared with you. And again, if you guys have something you want to see, let me know. I will always do my best. If I can get out and work on that buffet, I will get like some time-lapse video of that. I have the base of it done. The base is completely done. It is completely sealed in the works. That is completely done. The top is a beautiful stained color. It is a sage green, which I actually have. It looks a little gray in here, but I promise there's a green tint in it. There we go. And that's the color that it is, the base and then the top of the hutch. And I did on that hutch, I'm just sealing all my paints up before I forget. On the top of that hutch, it had really outdated windows and doors on it. So I removed the doors completely and filled in the holes from it, and it's just a nice open hutch now. So right now, I think I just had the inside of the hutch I need to finish and then put the second coat on the rest of the top of the hutch. And then I think that's it. Seal it up and it's good to go. And get some pictures. It'll be pretty. So go ahead and again, like, subscribe, share, and leave any comments on what you'd like to see me do. And enjoy your weekend.